Alright, so an update on these adapters. I got this wheel on and it actually don't look bad. I took some weight off of these by cutting out another inch or two and gusseting them out a little bit. Who cares? It's going to be hidden with an end cap anyway. Everything lined up good. Of course, those are water jetted dead nuts even, so I didn't worry about that. Had to tweak out these holes here. I'm just going to put 4 in right now just to test it out. Those things are tighter than shit. Had to tweak them out just a little bit, but here's the other one. Here's what the end product looks like. It's definitely a shade tree mechanic backyard, whatever you want to call it, job, but I don't really care. This is not something I got to drive daily. This is just something I'm screwing around with. But they don't look all that bad for what I did. They're even. They're within 30 thousandths run out, which is fine. Thickness of a fingernail, about maybe a little more. It's less than not even a millimeter. So I think with the weight of these wheels, which are 100 and something pounds a piece, right here, and plus this thing here is pretty heavy. I probably knocked off 10 pounds by cutting the thing out. It probably weighs 40 to 50 pounds, I don't know. So we're adding about 150 pounds on each wheel. But anyway, I had to hog out these holes. Not really hog them out, just kind of tweak them a little bit. These don't fit like that. They probably would if I hammered them, but I don't really want to hammer them. Just knocking a little bit off, not too much at all. Probably not even half a millimeter all the way around. And these went in good over here. They lined up. All my holes were drilled good. They couldn't water jet the outer flanges because I had the center cut out already. So I just decided to drill them myself. Hell with it. Those little ones were like $40 a piece to do. The bigger ones, they would have had to make a jig and everything. It would have been pretty high. But I think those are going to be fine. I got the old metal creak, you know, the ink when I tighten them down. So I know they're pretty tight. I Loctited all of those. I'm not worried about the big lugs at all. They're really good, snug, tight fit. Had to use a breaker bar. It wasn't forcing them tight. It was just really snug. So I know they're snug in those holes. It's seated right there. You can see it's seated. So I think it's going to be okay. I thought it had some camber out, or whatever you call that. It does a little bit, and that tire was already that way. But when I jacked this side up, the truck's pretty much level, and it kind of straightened it out. So still gonna have to get it lined up. But these just go right on there like that. Where's the hole? There it is. And go on there like so. Made it up good. And we get the crown nuts, put them in there, Loctite them. Then we'll put that rim on there and see what happens. We're going to drive it down the road, not anything far, just around close by. Try to get up to about 50 miles an hour or so. We'll just take it slow, take it easy. Not really worried too much about it, honestly. As I said, those big lugs, ain't just no way in hell those are ever going to come loose. I'm just kind of, if I do have any worries, it's the factory bolt. But I really don't think it's going to be that big a deal. I think it's going to be fine. So, anyway, I got the front two done. If I had a shop, had a machines and stuff like that, I could probably make them killer. But for a little shade tree job out here in the backyard. I don't really care. If it don't work, if they shake too much, I'll just take them back off. Put the other rims back on it. But if they do work, I'll leave them on there. I got dually fenders coming. They'll be here tomorrow. I'll do the other two. And then we'll go from there. We'll see what happens. I think it's extended like 6 inches. I had it extended 7, but that was just because I wanted it like a little bit wider. But I think they're going to sit fine right there. They're a little bit wider than, they might be about the same width as far as coming out to the edge. I want them to come out, you know, like right there, but I just didn't want all that. Once I put that extension on there, I just didn't like it. It was just so far out, and I just didn't feel good about it. I really don't want it out this far, but I don't want the wheels tucked way under there either. So I just got a happy medium that I thought would be okay. We'll go from there. These lugs are in there good. Everything's tight. Everything's running out good. So next video coming up.